Pokemon, eh, Pokemon Go Community Classic featuring a little furry fox-like creature. Yep, checks out. Okay, let's throw that in the wind. Get the wind blowing in my face. I'm like, too much. Feeding one of my small double with an extra small corviknight over here, which is still huge compared to a human. And what is it besides that the size of an actual what is it? Crow or was it a raven? It was based off of. I mean, still large enough though to be thrown in the background. Oh wait, turn the volume down on this other one though. Streaming the other day and it's like the same volume level, but yet it was really low. Ah, I see you. Of course, the first one's a shiny. Oh, that thought, just in case. I gotta get rid of it. Angry snow-flicking fox creature. Ooh, bonk. No. Dun, 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 dun. And yes, I decided to start it early though, which you can't see the time though. A little update though, I forgot to post the video for the last community day event though because I forgot this is going to be random. Only because I just forgot to do it though. Due to the fact that I was having internet issues though, I went ahead and recorded the Pokemon Go community day instead, and I just never got around to putting the pieces together and making a competent video out of it though. I still have the video though, so if anybody sees it though, it will be listed as in being posted later than what it should have been. Oh, the little Eevees. I want an evolution. I didn't see if any on any of the requirements to evolve them though has been modified for today though, since some of them well do require you to do certain things that might take longer than a day. Thankfully though that the event is 2 days long, not exactly uh, no, not exactly 48 hours though, but still. Next community day is July the 20th though with Quaxley. Okay, where is it? It's here somewhere. Boop. Okay, so the Eevee will know a charged attack of last resort. Let's see what happens when I do this. Oh no, the blink screen. Niantic. Do, 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 do. Any Eevees caught or hatched during this will know the charge attack of last resort. And each one of them will know their thing now. Vaporeon knows Skull, Jolteon, Zapcan, and Flareon's superpower, which is weird. You'd think it'd be more of a fiery type, but okay. Espeon, Shadow Ball, Umbreon, Psychic, which is weird because it seems like it's backwards from each other. Even though the Shadow Ball is more of a ghost. Anyways, Leafeon, Nose Bullet, C, Glaceon, Water Pulse. Okay. And Sylveon, Psyshock. I feel like some of these attacks should be switched around though to match their elements, but okay. And the typical buy, get some stuff, special background, be on the lookout, something, something, something. Ah, here we go. Okay, to involve it though, it's just walk 1 kilometer. It's not far if you're able to. Anything? Okay, so limited time evolution requirement for Sylveon. Just get 7 hearts there as your buddy. This is after the 12th. It will revert back to its previous requirement. Ah, wait, really? So, despite the event about 2 days worth, though, wait, hold on. Gotta remove that there. Random news is random. Okay, so even though it's 2 days, though, the requirements to get the hearts, though, has been reduced down to 7 until 12. Okay. Field researches, showcases, also store, and the usual stuff. Oh, thank you. They're all lined up. He's so tiny. It's still too bad they can't do a modification though to the voices though of the Pokemon cries though, in which it would sound higher or deeper depending on how big they are, similar to Pumpkin Boo and so forth, as I noted last time. And Gorgeist. Just wanted to throw that out. Wow, whole point 15 meters. Poke, 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 poke. Well, these. Okay, so it's typically, according to this, my shortest one is point 14. So you're short, but not that short. I know I kind of miss it though when it used to show the average height and weight. Let's see. I can't spell. Can't spell. Can't spell. Nope. Nope. Ah. I'm trying to type over here and I can't spell apparently. Okay. There we go. But yeah, used to like it when it did that before. I don't know why it highlights it though as it's the actual new record for me there. If I had a 14.14 there. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this. There we go. Itchy nose. You know what else I forgot? I forgot to force a Pokeball into evolving. Mm, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There's you down there. Are you ready? Yeah, you're ready. All you're doing is just basically telling the little Joey over there to grow up. Oh, I wish my kid was smaller again. Don't worry though, after this wears out, though, your kid will be smaller again. Haha, forever young. Never realized though, it was just basically like a few feet away from the big parent. Kind of makes me wonder if they're ever going to introduce a male equivalent there. Aha! I waited. So far, it's a decent temperature out right now. So this recording, though, approximately 80 degrees Fahrenheit, though. Kind of feel sorry, though, or sad there for those who are in Texas because of massive flooding over there. Yikes. And as it is recording, it was a stalled out system, though, which means it stayed there for hours and hours. I know it has nothing to do with Pokemon, though, just randomly. I want to see something here. It's a Gambler. Wait, I want to look at something over here with my previous Eevees. You want an evolution? I know some people are disappointed though that they wish you could evolve Party Hat Eevee, but nope. However, there is good news. Besides me clearing my throat, one moment, please. Okay. There is good news that I can't spell. No, it's not good news. For those been wondering, why is Bulbasaur Party Hat? Bulbasaur, I should clarify though, has yet to be able to evolve for almost a few years now since the introduction though. Wow, what was it? I think Squirtle was the last one of the trio, the second one, I should say, of the trio that never got evolution though, and then it finally got one, but that left Bulbasaur out there. Well, as of this recording, during the 9th anniversary of Pokemon Go, they did manage to give Bulbasaur that evolution though. So if you still have one though, or have one as of this recording though, you can now evolve it with Party Hat. 2024 recent, like this one right here. Wow. Has it been 5 years? Yeah. Ooh. It's been about 5 years, and he's like, "Can I evolve?" No. I want to evolve. Okay, sucky stats though, but hey, the older one with party hat. Bubba, bubba, bubba. Yeah, just like that though. It just covers one ear. I know I don't have enough candy though. Do I? 60 plus 40. Oh, I do have enough though, but I'm not going to waste it though. So if anyone wants to see how that looks like there, well, you might have to look it up. That's funny though. Poke, 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 poke. Venusaur. Roar, roar, roar. If you hear a gush of wind, that's me and my little fan over here. Which I might have to turn down a bit. Is that down? Okay, that was medium. There. Won't be as windy. I'll check my EVs again here. This tower's a little taller. Somebody dropped off? No. No drop offs. Okay, we'll go back to EVs. Eevee. Okay, let's go to the EVs and not the evolutions. Okay, there's one with the flower crown. Okay, since I can organize this also by events. Okay, let's see. That's a lot. Only 18. Okay. I know I had. Do I have all the ones with the flower crown? No, that's with the little hat. Mm, no. No. Okay, there's one. There's that one. There's that one. If I remember right, though, the flowers and some of them are different. Like this one here. I kind of wish you can zoom in, but you can't. Yeah, these are more like purple whites, though, and this is more pinkish. Wait. Okay, I can barely see it. Of course, when it's smaller, though, you can definitely see it, though. I might have to get rid of the party hat ones and keep one since they can't evolve as of this recording, because you never know when they might be able to do that. I thought so. And once again, though, I kind of wish Niantic or whoever was supposed to be in charge of sound designing on this game would fix the sound. Because, one moment. Because what was it, about a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, they had the same issue too, though, where after about 2 minutes of playing, though, the sound just completely cuts out unless you restart the game. And then, if I remember right, though, last year they fixed it, and then now it's doing it again. I don't know if it's me in particular, this model of phone I'm using, though, or if there's a decent amount of people that's also having this issue. I don't know if it's me in particular, this model of phone I'm using, though, or if there's a decent amount of people that's also having this issue. I want to check those Eevees again. This time I'm going to check their. I need to put this in order. Recent. Okay, there. That should give me most of the flower ones. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Thunderbolts, Fire Blast, Discharge. Okay, because when I did these, though, they weren't during the event, of course, the original event. Oh boy. Remove that. Okay. Nope. Oh, yeah. There it goes. So go with these. Oh boy. Now, if anybody hasn't used the naming trick there, where you name them after the Pokemon characters and so forth, though, you can still do that, or you can just hold on to it and then just leave it up to fate. The only one that's for sure, though, is the ones that requires the lure and the hearts, the little heart bubbles there. But as for the ones that changes via the name convention there, yeah, those will be random though if you don't do that one. Like Yeah, this is gonna be risky. Vaporeon, right? Yes, Jolteon. Wow. Hmm. Volt switch. And I forgot to get some more balls. So the only thing I forgot. A gentle toss. I do want to mention though that as of this recording, I was looking at some random Pokemon Go posts and news and other things though, and apparently a YouTuber who does lots of Pokemon Go related content though has recently mentioned a few hours as of this recording though that got banned temporarily. It's one of those limited bans where it's like, hey, you can get on the game though, but certain features will not be accessible to you though. Anyways, claiming that they were spoofing in such a. Well, the guy is thinking though it might have to do with the fact though that while flying in a plane though was able to play the game while flying, and so that might have triggered it. Scold. I cannot remember if I had one with Scold or not. So note to people that wants to play their game offline though, don't do it though. Because apparently they were going so fast though, they were going like 30,000 kilometers? Wait, no, I might have got that wrong there. But anyways, they were going pretty fast though. Apparently faster than the plane was going. What do I do with the shiny Eevee? Do I just leave it as an Eevee? I think that's my only shiny one though that I have. Shiny here? Oh no, there was two of them. There's this one. Who knows how to dig a hole? I wonder what happens though after the community day is over though. Will it retain, or not retain, but will it gain the community day move there for its evolution or what? Ah, here it is. Classic extended bonus. I'm not looking at the right one. Okay, extended bonus. What is it? Last resort. Ah, okay. Oh, stupid me though. I spent another $2 there to get the the anniversary little thing there, the research. Not realizing though they give you a free research that well, that also gives you the same reward, and that would be the Gimme Goal, ninth anniversary. So I got two Gimme Goals, which also is the first time I ever got one of these things. Because I'm not lucky enough though to actually get the ability to get them whenever. Although I did come across one gold Pokestop and nothing. I needed to look that up though because I must have missed something though. Despite the fact that me playing this daily though, since it first came out though, I little to no information about how the gold lure works. Anyways, poke, 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 poke. As you can tell, it does come with its own specialized background, and now I have two of them. Now I don't have a model view or anything though, but according to the information though, the coin that they have it's supposed to have nine, but I'm not sure if it does or not. And I think it's just the background that shows it. Poke, angry. As you can see, there's no way to evolve this thing though, because I think I need to switch it into another game. But I did notice though, whenever looking at the Pokédex entry, that ever since they implemented new features such as showing the type advantages, disadvantages, as well as attacks, it only knows the fast and charge attacks of Astonish and Shadow Ball. That's it. Nothing else. So since I don't own, what was it, Sword and Shield that it came in? I keep forgetting. Since I don't own the game that it originally came in there, yeah, I don't know what all its attacks are. Was it Galar? No, it was Paldar. Yeah, okay, yeah. It was this reason though because Paldea. Right? It should be because I remember it was 1,000 for this one here. The thing's already tiny though, but you got the ability to get an extra small. How much tinier can this get? Is that a flea? Has anybody ever got like one of the smallest Pokemon, but even smaller with the double XS? What is that? I hear it. I think it's a little knight. That angry gnat. I don't know what's going on. Well, I see this little bouncing a little pixel of a dot on the ground though. Next you know, the summons this huge blast of energy coming out of it. That's way bigger than it should be though, because abilities and attacks though don't scale despite the size of the Pokemon though. So you can have a giant though with a teeny little bitty little attack though, or a small little Pokemon though with a huge massive attack that can level skyscrapers. That's like seeing something the size of a flea uses hyper beam, but the beam isn't scaled to its size. Instead, it would be like if Snorlax used the hyper beam, but coming from this tiny little bitty flea-sized character. Poor Mountain and Mountain Metal, though. Every time the new Pokédex entry comes out, or a region comes out, it gets shoved down even further. I used to be good. Nah, we don't know where you're from. New region has announced. Yeah, am I from here? No. Yeah. I know the new region has been mentioned. Am I from there yet? No. For all we know, you're probably at like from the local hardware store. Anyways, as for the Gimme Ghoul, though, the reason I bring that up, though, because according to this imagery, though, well, depending on how well you can see it, though, I wish I can zoom into this, though, but I'm not going to mess around with my screen. But according to this image, though, the coin on its back has a 9 embossed on it as well. But once again, though, I don't see it actually on the model itself, though, because of how itty bitty it is. So I'm pretty sure unless somebody has a model viewing program, though, can see that or not, though. But here's the thing, though. Any modifications they do themselves are not like if you modify the game. But I'm talking about like any modifications to the character, like putting a hat, a scarf, or whatever outfit, is usually listed as an event. Well, if I was to go to the Pokédex, stop spitting on my screen by accident. Hold on. I spat on my screen and got a thing on it. Okay. Well, there was a thing on here where I could do that though. But since they changed it though, there's no that option is not there. Again, Eevee's popping up below me. I'll just have to do it this way. Anyways, no event. Unlike those with the events there, though. Where's one? Come on, I know there's one. I'll just do it from this other way then. Pokemon search event. And as you can see over here, though, all the creatures that I do have, though, that are listed as event. I even have the train conductor phalanx. But if I type in the Gimme Ghoul there, it does not show it on there. Which means that it's probably not carrying a 9th anniversary coin, which would list it as a event one. I do have fancy Pikachu, steampunk Pikachu, steam Pikachu. Oh yeah, I forgot I got the shiny one of that. I know one of the cooler looking ones, literally though, would be the Sneasel there, like a hipster. Gave me the cold shoulder, literally. I got like icicles on it. So yeah, there's some cool things. Sneasel with a beanie cap and sunglasses, just literally chilling out there. I mean, you can see the aura of cold temperature around it. Ugh, God. Okay, so anyways, 425 though. I think I'm moving my screen though because it should be able to see the. Okay, should have been able to see the time over here. Where are you at? Where are you at? Order, no, no. Okay, is it this one? No, I said that for. No, it's this one. Ah, No, I said screen. The screen I hear. Yeah, that's it. No, not that one. I want cropping. Ah, so even if I did do that, though, it doesn't show the time. Weird. It used to, I thought. Okay, never mind then. Apparently, it's not showing the time for some reason. No, it's not. Oops. I hit the wrong button again. That definitely showing nothing there. Let's play catch up on what researches I still have to do. Yeah, I'm just lazy. Yeah, no party. Still waiting for the right time for that one. Anything that involves me going after Giovanni, though, I'm just waiting. Since you can do multiple research at the same time, and you would just get whatever Pokemon he happens to have, plus a copy of it, though. I mentioned this before. That's how I got some copies of certain Shadow Pokemon from him. I have to clarify that though, because since then, though, they have released the Shadow Reggies there in raids. Unfortunately, speaking about Reggies, though, I didn't get the Reg Electric and Drago one though. Oops. Let's see, lucky in the trade. Okay, Galar calling. I'll say hey, go up. Dual Destiny. And still waiting on this one. As for what's in store, I didn't go for the deluxe one of July though, but I managed to get every single thing on last month's of June. I mean everything. Usually when it comes down to battle passes, I rarely get everything on there. Lucky for me, I didn't have to spend that much money. I just threw a Google Play coupon and got it cheaper. And then I seen this Jirachi one. I'm saying, whoa, wow, that one's back again though. But if you have it already, or completed it though, you don't get it again. In fact, let me go back over here. I forgot where I'm at on that. Oh yeah, I'm nearly done with that. Unfortunately, a lot of this one of this requires me to trade with somebody for a lucky Pokemon there, which unfortunately there's only one person I know in town. So yeah, everybody else. Well, Niantic, Scopely, whoever's in charge of that though. Yeah, would like long distance trading, but Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so something I forgot to do though, I'm going to show off again is anybody wants to add me is welcome to though. Please note that I can't get to everybody because limitations of the game itself there. Do know that I am an active player though, play pretty much every day, multiple times every day. And yeah, you got it? Good. I'm moving on. Unfortunately, there are still some here that has yet to send out or open their package out. And I have yet to get around to booting out the people who's been there for ages. Taekwondo? I've yet to come across any interesting Pokestops. The only one I still liked though was the Mewtwo that somebody drew up as a mural over in Mexico with the shadow balls. That was from the. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It wasn't the first one. Was it the first one? Because I remember it was from the Shadow Hunters. It's been a while. I feel like for one of the community days though, I'm not going to actually stream it. I'm just going to go and record it and hopefully get it out in time. and go around town and collecting them, since you know that's what you're meant to do. Though, and it's probably also one of the reasons why Niantic was a little mindly upset, though, because people were supposed to go out and interact with the world, and people were like, "Oh, fresh air." No, I'm staying home where I can just do standing there. And then complaining about it. The ones that actually shouldn't be complaining about it, though, because they have access to certain things. I'm not talking about the ones that doesn't have access to it, that lives out in far reaches rural area, though, or people who has other things that would prevent them to do so. I'm just lucky enough to be in a place though where it has Pokestops everywhere. Well, not everywhere though, but more than where some people are, unfortunately, including one that's just right next door. What's that over there? Oh, it's another Mega. Darn. I don't think I have any remote. I have a ticket. I have a ticket. What was it for again? Was it for this? That's one good thing about having a. That's one good thing about having a little spare change on the Google Play account, though, because it just get it from Google themselves, so we can just exchange points there for money and get all that stuff, though. Or download the Google surveys, which is not often, though, but those coupons, on the other hand, do come in handy. Oh, I mean, I spend like $11. I only spend like $5. Hell. Well, they do have coupons in their store. So if you are one of those spenders that has a lot of Google points, you can cash those out though and get a certain percentage off. Though take it as long as the amount that you the amount of the item that you're wanting to buy though meets the requirements there. So you can't like say, oh, that's 98 cents. I better use this $5 off. So that way they can owe me money. Ha ha ha. Not how it works. And I need to stop yawning. Mm. I still don't have my sword and shield doggies though. Darn it. I mean, I do have them though, but not in their alt forms though. Because bad timing of me not having extra cash or poke coins. Darn. Rawr. Can't believe it took me this long to finally get one of these though. And it happened to be a Dynamax one. Yeah, well, let's see here. I think I met one requirement of level up, though, of getting all the experience points, though. Now I just got to go and beat people up. I mean, win against people. And then beat them up. Also, let me back over here. I wish you could, like, claim the items here in the store instead of going to their website and claim it there. At least that's what I had to do last time. I had to claim the one little tiny itty bitty item that's really not worth it. Okay, what do we got here? We got the Element Cup and the Great Cup League. Oh, yes. Mm, 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 mm. Yay, can't wait till I get handed. Mm. And I have yet to redesign my video layout over here. Because I was distracted, especially waiting for mail that should have been here, but apparently it was mailed somewhere else, which is weird because the address should have been clear as day on the label. Oh, that's unrelated to what I'm doing. Patooey, Patooey, Patooey. Oh, I can't say that. That's the wrong game. Fear my Bulbasaur with Pikachu visor. That's cute, but wrong. We must whip it. Oh wow. Oh, you are convenient. But well. Oh yeah, behold, I have cowboy hat, slowpoke. Oh yeah. Mm. Ew. Okay, just for that. Patooey. Nothing better than a little piggies just spitting fire at you. Bacon. Oh, yay, a kung fu weasel. May or may not be accurate though, but hey. Oh, you're in it, God. You're average. Set you free so you can go terrorize the neighborhood. I could have sworn it used to be that one level up on that in a couple of round matches though. But it looks like I was wrong yet again. I'm surprised I haven't had much in connection issues. Random reminder though that the prior community day will of course be out of order though because of internet issues causing me to record without being so. I don't have the best of programs when it comes down to making videos. The whole take a video, insert it into another thing though, and then hopefully that works. It's not like I haven't done it before though, because I have done it before though. I just had to get this layout over here, put it everything else out, and just instead of showing the shared screen, just place the video on it. So simple as that. 1, 2, X. Wait, what? So far, not much news on the Pokemon front. Although I'm pretty sure people are still waiting for Pokemon ZA though. Let's see what new Mega Evolutions might come. Although I think there's the quote reported leaks though of certain Pokemon though that might get new evolutions. I mean, should I say Mega? Well, that's the thing about rumors though. You don't have 100% though. Even if they are accurate though, it's still not official until it's official. Oh, I know Dragon Knight. But I'm pretty sure with a small percentage that the starters that they've shown off for Pokemon ZA though will have mega forms. I still think it's funny though how somebody complains out, oh wait, how come we got this one starter when it should have been another one though? Shouldn't they? They're not going to have the starters from the last Legends game into the new at the time into Legends ZA though. because they already had their time to share them. Now it's some other ones though. I like how some people were trying to break down on why they picked those trio of Pokemon there for the ZA Legends game though. Well, you see, it's because in France they like this, and this is in France, and everything. Probably, especially when it came down to a certain little fiery pig here. The reason they picked the tech pig over there because the French people use pigs though to find their truffles there. Well, probably. Of course, they also don't have a pig that can incinerate things though too though. That became a larger fighting pig though that can incinerate things. Recently, unrelated but related to Pokemon though. When it comes down to Fakemon there, yes, on during an art stream though, went and worked on somebody's Fakemon there, which interesting idea though for a starter though, because whenever it comes down to people wanting starters for certain regions in the real world though, or at least the Pokemon world equivalent, therefore though. Now I know that when it comes down to certain starters there, of course people will think of something that other people have thought of those. So this person has a grass raccoon. Of course, I'm pretty sure a lot of people did though. I did find one person though that had one, and it looks okay. It doesn't look like a raccoon, but it was. But this person though looks pretty good though. What's interesting is the fact they gave the plant element for it though of elderberries. So they also wanting to see like a possum, possum, not possum. You got to throw that O in there too though. And they also put snake, but then again, Pokemon had a decent amount of snakes. Maybe not a lot though, but a decent amount though, especially when you have a viper, another viper though. But I think they were going for more like a rattlesnake type one though, because they were trying to go with the theming of Midwestern based Pokemon there. I know there's still some people waiting for the Australian region though, or the African region though, since there's already those animals. As I noted not last, I think it was last, prior video though, of how you do have Australian animals there that were already existing before that happen to be in other parts of the world where you don't normally associate them being in. Once again, kangaroos in Japan, because why not? Well, because the name has Khan, and Khan reflects to Genghis Khan, which is over there in the Asia region. There, yeah, but that's just a name. He didn't have kangaroos that I'm aware of. Just like for an African region, though, I mean, you already got your lion, your zebra, and such. A zebra, some people will call it. You can stick your watch hogs in there too, there, since they would be more or less the equivalent of meerkats. You also got your giraffe rig in its other form, which is just reverse name palindrome there. Which is interesting though, because like, hey, we got a new giraffe though, but we're going to put it in Spain. Well, I think it would have been made more better sense if it was African region though. But okay, Spain it is. There's usually some interesting reasons for that though, kind of like Caparaja and such and a Kafint that was in Galar because they were mentioning about in historical sense where India did had trade routes with the British Empire though. So elephants away. Also explains the curry part. Because usually when you think of curry, you think of India. But there's curry in the place that's more like the British. Well, yeah. Look at the history, though. Ah, British, British. I mean, who knows, though? If they did have an Africa-based one, though, they might have another variant of the giraffe rig, though. Or might not. I mean, they might just keep the new evolution that they had in the Paldean region, though. Just shove it over there. Do, 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 do. That's the one thing about Pokemon World and such. Yeah, it's similar to our own world though, but with some exceptions of biomes and such though. Because last I looked, there was no desert regional section in near New York. So unlike what it would show in black and white, there might be ruins though, but as far as I know, there's no desert area. But you have to have desert area because your ground and rock Pokemon there needs to live somewhere. I mean, they could have just put a volcano. Somebody's got one of those. I remember where some people seen that, it's like, oh, that's fake. Yes, because nothing better than a water fire creature though that can basically serves as your hot and cold water faucet over there. This person is completely done. Shaman. Yeah, I recently did the Shaman research show to get the shiny one. I say they evolved it though, and you do get the exact same cutscene just with the shiny variant. This little Chihuahua over here. That's all I can think of. It's just a Chihuahua with a mohawk. I don't know if anybody ever done that to their dog. There, it's like, oh, I'm gonna get a white little Chihuahua there and just give it a mohawk wig though. And then you might not shame it though. That's kind of funny though. You get something that's a literal hedgehog, and you can change its form to basically something that looks like a dog. Where are they? I mean, in some ways, you could say that this is basically a dog. Like I said, Chihuahua. But when it comes down to Pokemon and animal based and such, there, some people don't see the resemblance though to the equivalent animal though, like dogs, for example. Everybody knows how Doom and Houndour are based off of, what was it? Dobermans, or I think it was Rottweilers, one of the two, demonic dogs, hellhounds. Anyways, and then you get your little the Dotson one though. You get your corgi ones, etc. And then you get one that wait, that's not a dog, and that would be Poochiana though and Mightyana. And people say that's hyena. True, the name and some elements of it though does resemble hyenas though. But if you look at it though, it's not completely hyena though. It's a little mixture of hyena and some wolf-like elements though. But a lot of people, a decent amount of people there, would all listed categorize it as dog. I know I'm not going on with the legendary beast again though because that thing has been going on ever since they were introduced there. Yes, no, no, yes, perpendicular and such. I'm gonna hold on to that one. So putting those to the side, far to the side. I'm just talking about the paradox, and then those are dinosaurs. It's a raptor. It's a stegosaurus. It's whatever its heart's desire. And there's like, wait, that's a dog? Yeah, it's a dog. It don't look like a dog. They usually keep it within similar species and such. Our dog evolves to a bigger dog or some kind of weird, spikier dog there. Like a you Hound Doom over there, Mega Evolved. But then you got Shaman over there. Like I said, to me, it looks like Hedgehog evolves into Chihuahua over there. So you got like one species to another species. Wait a minute. They shouldn't be doing that, though, by the way. That's more like a Digimon's thing there, where you can get a little thing that looks like dessert top, and it just changes into some huge dragon there. Like Gatomon over there, becoming a lady over there. Oh, she became angelic. But she was a cat. Or unless you get the variant, though, where it becomes a sphinx, though, so you get cat lady. Hey, I came across one post there on Facebook there where people were commenting on this one post about Pokemon ripoffs there. Okay, it's only a ripoff if they like take, for example, Corviknight over here and they change it to blue with black accent marks there when slightly changes head to look more like a helmet though. And then everything else is exactly though. No, they would list several different shows there, and or games, and or other medias there, like Digimon, Monster Rancher, and such. Are yes, they do have the monster capturing element and befriending them to battle bad guys, and or maybe some relations that similar to dogfighting. Weird. But they each have their own little theming about it, though. Like with Digimon, it's a more mature take of, well, I wouldn't say capture though, but depending on seasons, it might as well be capturing though. But anyways, befriending digital creatures though that are that digital creatures. They don't really come into the real world unless some weird thing happens, which tends to happen in every season of it, and or manga and anime and whatever. But those are a more mature take though. I've seen a little bit of Ghost Game and yikes. Digimon does what Pokemon doesn't. Violence and death. Oh yeah, I know. Pokemon does have some references to death, especially some of the earlier mangas, like the Arbok getting sliced, ow, and the zombification of Psyduck and such. But with Digimon, they're not afraid to really hold back too much when it comes to like guns. They literally have Pokemon that are not Pokemon, but Digimon that are guns. Gundamon. I mean, the name's right there though. You have Deputy Mon, who's just a living revolver. Pokemon, on the other hand, oh, we got a game warden there, and he doesn't like what Ash is doing there, so well, let's just show him the shiny chamber of this gun over here and threaten him. Oh, we can't have that because it hurts kids. Yeah, I get it though, but Digimon, on the other hand, and then another similar monster capturing, befriending, defeat evil villains of the world though, Monster Rancher. While it also follows the whole thing I just mentioned, though, I like its mechanic, though. By the way, Digimon, though, started as Keychain one that was an offshoot of Tamagotchi, so there you go. But Monster Rancher was even more interesting, though, because of how you obtain the monsters. While I haven't played it before, because I have played Digimon, though, but one thing about Monster Rancher, though, what makes it different, though, while you can obtain some monsters in the game itself, though, the mechanic of it involves you finding CDs, actual CDs that you put in a CD player, though, and DVDs, certain ones. Stick it within the game system, though, and obtain your monster that way. They did a similar thing with the anime show there, where the main character will find these stone tablets, though, and spin that disc. And like a lot of monster-related games, though, there were some monsters that were basically palette swaps, though, but, they're palette swaps, but yet they're different. Kind of like those older RPG games like Dragon Quest, also known as Dragon Warrior. It's like, here is this blue monster. It is weak. Here is a red monster. It looks exactly like it, but it's red, and it's slightly stronger. Here's a green variant. It is not as strong as red. It's stronger than blue, but it's poisonous because it's green. And when you think of green, you think of slime, and slime is usually poison. But yeah, Monster Rancher, though, I did see the show of it, though, and know about it though, about the concept of using actual disc in order to unlock it though. And what's funny and also interesting though, that some of the monsters on Monster Ranchers do have a connection to their source that you can gain them from though within the disc though. Usually maybe a reference to a music album name or maybe a character on said music album and so forth though. Sure, like I said though, that a lot of some of the characters, monsters that you can get there are basically palette swap with other monsters, but either way, I like that gimmick though too there because it's something that Pokemon hasn't done. Man, where are they? I put on my coolest perfume there and no monsters around. What? I know that some people still complain about Digimon though because Mon. I'd be glad Pokemon does not say their name and Mon. It's Pikachu Mon. It's Charmander Mon. It's Mon Mon Mon. Because it was like three monsters in one. So it's Mon Mon Mon. What would you do for Mon Mon Mon? Mon Mon Mon. I like there was some theories and rumors and weird speculations though of Digimon are just like Pokemon that just got trapped in the PC storage and forgotten about, and they slowly decayed into this digital data, and they became a new monster. I think. Oh, so they're all Porygons now, huh? Porygon, despite not looking rigid and such, there. I mean, besides its first form, though, more detailed and I want to say mature enough, though. But along the lines of Digimon, though, it's could be seen as Pokemon's equivalent of a Digimon, though, because it is a virtual creature. It is usually within a digital space, which would be the PC storage, even though you can summon out and use it, though. So, yeah, Porygon is basically a Digimon there. Now I kind of want to see somebody draw Porygon as a Digimon, though, and change up its evolutionary forms, though, to where it's more online with Digimon, where they get more stylized and obscene with the stylization. And that's not to say all the Digimon's various forms are weird. There are some that looks pretty cool, and there's some that's like, eh. But one thing about it when it comes down to comparing just those two, Digimon and Pokemon, is I know when people first seen, uh, there's a thing that they might have similar to Digimon called Mega Evolution. Oh, great. Is it permanent? No, because after a while it reverts back. Oh, it's not like Digimon, so you copied off of them. I'm pretty sure some people would like for Pokemon to take other cues, I should say, from Digimon, in which they could go to the final forms, but can also revert back to the forms, or have that mixed in with the alternate forms, though. Like for example, Agumon can go one route there, or go back to its previous state, though, and then take a different route and go to a different path, though. Because nothing more creepier than a giant skeletal T Rex looking bony dinosaur thing, though, with rocket launchers in its back. Well, we could have a giant yellow T Rex looking thing, though, but no, I want my creature, though, to take the other route, get angry at the world there, and become this evil looking skeletal dinosaur. You know what? I know I'm keep focusing on Digimon, though, but I'm just stalling over here, though, because it's almost 5 o'clock local time. But with Digimon and saying Mon at the end of the name, I don't know about Japanese though because I haven't been watching many of the Japanese shows. I used to watch it when it was on Netflix when it was an option though. You could change the real quickly though. You could change the voicing on Netflix when you had Digimon there, and it would actually change the show into the Japanese one though. So if there was like a censored moment, you switch the language and it gave you the Japanese one where you can see the uncensored moment. Like if what was it, Tai or one of the characters who got hit, like smacked upside the face though. They would censor it so you would hear a sound, but you didn't see it though. Well, on Japanese one you could see it though, and so forth. But anyways, hearing them saying their name with Mon kind of reminds me of the old Nintendo-based cartoon show Captain N. Even though some of the characters weren't all Nintendo characters, with Kid Icarus before they decided no, his name's Pit, and how he would always, well, not always, but a lot of the times when he would end off his wording with Icus there, or Mega Man, the green bluish character, not blue character, but green bluish squared head character, would also say, a lot of times he would say Mega, and then whatever. It kind of reminds me of that. But once again, I'm be glad Pokemon does not do that though. For a fun random fact for like the 5 people that may not know there is a game older than Pokemon though that has a similar title, which is probably also why they haven't had any newer games based on it though, and similar title as in pocketing and monsters in your pocket, which you could be verted around though and be pocket monsters though. Boy, yikes! If I'm right though, because they were first though, if they were to make a game, they shouldn't have. I would say they shouldn't have any issues with Pokemon though, because I think they came out. a few years prior. I have to look it up though. But yeah, I remember seeing that though. They used to be like these little mini figures there that you could stick in your pocket. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. The party hat just appeared next to me, and it's just an item. So it's 5 o'clock right now, local time there, and that pretty much ends day one of the Eevee Community Day. Though I think there's like tomorrow will be the last one for it. Yeah, it continues on. Yeah, for next 7 days though, it's the extended bonus though, but it will be back. See, today's the 5th, right? Yeah. So I'll try to be back tomorrow, even though last time they done something like this where it was 2 days there for a classic, I just did the first day. Be back over there and talk some more, my head off. Maybe have something interesting though. My bird's crashing into everything there is. Oh, and there was a code recently that you could have got that will allow you to wear this. Oh yeah. By the way, these things came out though too. They're not only the mascot, but these bracers over here. I have no idea what they were for though. The wristbands. But also, they recently came out with this Major League Baseball hat because why not? I don't have it on here for some reason. Oh yeah, sponsors, sponsors. Hmm. And I have no idea if they're ever going to have any more Samsung exclusive outfits though, since this was the last one it had though. Okay, that is all for now. Thanks for watching Pokemon Go Community Day Classic featuring Eevee and its evolutions there, though. And remember, if you want to, as of this recording, want to evolve a Sylveon, you have until, what was it, 5 days, though, as of this recording, though, to do so, where you can, no, it said 12 days. Anyways, where you can evolve it, though, the requirement has been reduced down to 7 hearts, though. And that shouldn't take too long because all these hearts right now was in 1 day. So by default, though, you can feed your creature, though, your little Eevee, though, get 3 hearts, though. You can go battle it with somebody, though, and you can also have a Flake Cocoa next to you. No, that's not it. And then you get your bonus if you're high enough that fast. And also take a photo. I didn't take a photo. I didn't take a photo? Click. It's too late now. I mean, I took a photo already, though, but I meant for the Eevee event, though. Okay, so anyway, so that is all for now. I'm going to end it, though. I might come back for a second one, though, if I felt like it. If not, though, then yeah. Also, there is a list of all the prior Pokemon Go Community Day videos, including some of the classic ones, though. And yet another reminder, though, that the one that was before this one, though, will be posted up late. I don't know how late, though, but it should be on there, though. I hopefully would put the date in the description to say, hey, it was filmed during this, though. Filmed. I had it filmed. But yes, that is all for now. Thanks for watching, though. And if you like what you see, you know the usual things. I'm not going to say, please do it. And it's too bad I only got one shiny, though. But hey, that's what happens when you don't move. I mean, you do move, though, but you know, actually walk around town. That is all. Later. 3, 2, 1. What is it doing? No? 0, 0.